Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pills for the Soul. The subject today has to do with how our individual soul is connected to our collective soul. For that, I want you to bring to your imagination the image of an iceberg. If we see an iceberg, the upper part that we get to see over the surface of the water is only the 10% of the iceberg. The other 90%, we see it under the water. Actually, we don't get to see it. So we only get to see 10% of what it is over the surface, and the 90% is under the water. So I want to compare this to us. How is it that we can relate to that? Well, our individual soul is integrated of, I would say, two parts. One is the conscious part, which is the 10% we get to see. So what we think it is, things are, and how we see things, that's the 10% that we can say that is our conscious mind. But under the surface, the 90% that is underwater is our unconscious mind. So our individual soul is integrated of those two, the 10% of the conscious mind and the 90% of our unconscious. So let's see what happens here. The unconscious, I'm going to talk about the unconscious, of course. The unconscious holds all of those memories, especially, I'm going to talk about this, that are especially my subject today is about this. Before 5, our hippocampus, that is the one in charge of storing long-term memories in us, don't start working until we are 5. So before 5 was hard for us to remember, or it is hard for us to remember those memories. And those memories were pretty much our programming for life. So those memories from childhood hold all the things that we saw, we heard, and we felt. And based on that, well, when we grow as an adult, most of the things that we attract into our life are based on that programming. So there's something here that goes even deeper than this. And it is this. This iceberg, right, is floating in the ocean. So the other day, like maybe a few days ago, I went to the beach and I was just swimming, and the image of the iceberg came to me, and I said, wow, we are just like the iceberg. Our individual soul floats in the ocean, and that ocean holds all the memories from our ancestors. So how many of those memories that we are connected to, we are floating in? See, because we flow in these waters of unconsciousness. This is our collective soul. The ocean represents the collective soul. So you are connected to that since you are floating in this ocean. And it is important then to see or to know the waters in which you're floating, because they are connected to you and they might be affecting your life as an individual soul. So what memories did your ancestors floated in the water that are still affecting you? See, because that's how it happens. We cannot disconnect of that connection because we are part of it. And it is important for us to know what we are connected to. We can recognize it to be able to change that. Otherwise, we keep doing it the same way and we want to do it differently. And for that, you might say, but yeah, how can I change that? Yes, well, that's what I'm here for today. I want to talk to you a little bit about what I do. I am a therapist on family and systemic constellations. And that is a tool that we can have to search to the past and find those roots that maybe weren't resolved in the past, and transgenerationally they are passing on, they pass on to you, and then they might be affecting you. So that's a possibility to transcend those, not to get disconnected, but to change. Because when you change your individual soul and you bring that unconscious to the conscious, then the whole ocean might change. And then that means that the whole humanity can change. So thank you for listening and for sharing if you think this makes sense. Thank you for watching, for subscribing. If you haven't done so, please do. And I'll see you next time for Pills for the Soul. Have a good day.